Hello, everybody. Oh God, why is my mouth not moving? Why? Okay. Apparently now it is, and I hope it works this time. Oh God. Hello, everybody. Welcome to this chili stream. So I was thinking about doing some work today, and then like getting the VTuber model stuff a bit further ahead. But I don't feel like it. I just don't feel like it today. So what we're doing is we're just like vibing. Happy new week, happy new me. Something. I need to see what we are doing here. I go in with no ideas like always, which is great. You can't turn the picture by 90 degrees to get a bigger shot, but let's do. What do we do? What do we do? Let me think about something. Dude, my nose is like still a little bit clogged up. Ideas not flowing. Why? Usually for me it's like I quickly get the idea of what I want to do, but then I don't know. Today I don't. You know, like I feel very, very confident in drawing today. You know what? Let's do the easy one. The one that I wanted to do anyways during the evening. Let's do... Let's do I don't know what the thing is doing, but sure. I don't know why when I use my pen sometimes the entire screen just like goes disappears in front of me. I don't know why that happens. Like OBS acts up. I don't know why. Let's do the battle pick. I feel like doing the battle pick now. Let's do the following. Action poses. So Evil was spearing, Nero was doing the thing, and Battle does... does the following. I have an idea. So, what we're doing is we're getting an action pose ready for the battle drawing. We make him like a Gollemancer, right? So yeah, today we're just like doing a little bit of drawing. Just vibe and talk, and you know, I feel like that today. I don't know. Like since midday, I don't know why. I feel like just... I don't know. It's weird. I wanted to go home. I was like, yeah, I'm going home now. And then I was like, home? Earlier than usual, actually. And then I did basically like nothing. I felt like nothing. So I'm just like drawing. I'm just like vibing, dude. I don't know. Like starting like again. I was like, for whatever reason, I just didn't feel like that. You know, I didn't feel like doing anything, and then now I'm just chilling. Just because I don't know. I just wanted to draw. I was thinking about not doing the stream actually, and then I said, nah. Let's do this. But yeah, like I'm just vibing. So yesterday we had the Pokemon stream, which ended actually kind of awful. Like, let's be real, it was not, it didn't end good, you know. And we lost 4 Pokemon, and I was like thinking if I should still do it or not, or if I should restart. And I am of the opinion that it's part of the Nuzlocke, and I should just finish this. We had like a similar bad Nuzlocke with I think it was with Soul Silver, where we lost like a lot of Pokemon all of a sudden and thought we couldn't finish it, and then like we pulled through with that run. I remember that distinctly. But yeah, it's like a wild thing that happened yesterday. Like doing so many, that is like what I meant. Like it doesn't help much using rare candies to level up consistently, because I lack so many EVs. Like imagine like how many speed EVs I lack, and like how many attack EVs from not grinding like crazy. And yes, that's like a few points of like maybe 2 or 3 points of like strength or like attack, and that's fine. But like on low level, that's actually like quite a lot. But yeah, other than that, Pokemon stuff. I mean, work today, hooray! Work is work. And this week in Germany, there's like only a 4-day work week. We have like Monday to Wednesday, and then after that we have Thursday's a day off because it's Father's Day in Germany, which is also like actually there's like a Christian holiday coinciding with that. And then like on Father's Day and said holiday, we have yeah, after that we have like the Friday where we need to work. Many people don't. Many take a day off as well, so they have like an elongated weekend. I don't. Hooray. Reddit Midoriya because I'm doing that. I don't know. I'm just like trying to get this like gruff fantasy look onto the human battle model, and I'm failing horribly. Like even Nero in hindsight looked a little bit like flat on her face. I could have made her a bit better. But yeah. Evil to this day looks good. I stand by this. Evil look very good. But how are you doing, Gara? How are you doing? Because it is good that you are here, Gara. It's good. While we're vibing. Yeah, so in other news, what else is there to say? So again, I'm not 100% feeling like doing the painting of the not the painting, the rigging of the model. Nah, this looks ass. You know what I hope? I just realized. I hope that we, like, actually at some point have, like, that breakthrough on Platinum. Just finish it. If we get that, then we're, like, nearly halfway through the games we need to play. At least like Pokemon wise, you know, because Pokemon wise, this is like there's 9 generations at the moment. We're in Gen 4. The good thing is the other ones are like so much quicker because you have so many more possibilities to like catch up, to like do stuff, you know, and to level. I'm actually doing kind of fine, kind of not. I don't know. It's not a thing where it's like, oh, I feel bad, or I don't know. It's like I kind of feel exhausted today. I don't know why. I didn't have a good night yesterday, and that carried over through my entire day. But other than that, I'm doing fine. And I got still slightly clogged nose, as you can hear. So if I go mute for a second and my model goes crazy, that is me being the guy who's like sleepy. No, it's like I don't like in all honesty, I mean, like nobody's listening, so we can keep out the joke. I'm like very happy I don't need to take any singular med in theory. The only thing I take is because I have like slight reflux. Like I have like an acid reflux problem a little bit. Nothing major. It just like formed over the last few years. Happens to many people. My dad has it like in a very slight form as well. We needed to I need to basically sometimes if it gets really bad in the morning I take those. Where is when like I take some of them sometimes. The problem with that is when I take them in the morning, it can happen that I get like the drawbacks from the medicine. So what happens is your stomach, when you take these acid reflux. So what happens with an acid reflux? Let's say it like this. So you have basically a problem with your acid production, and also it's like something like you have like the organ that like closes the the sphincter that like closes into like the stomach is open for a bit, and so like you have a problem with it like closing, and also with your production of acid. So that's like a combined issue. Many people have like one or the other, but sometimes you have both, and that's like I don't know what it's called in English, but like that's like the difference between like just having a burning throat or having like something like acid reflux. And so what happens is my body produces gastric acid, or your body produces a little bit too much gastric acid. And so what happens from that is, do we have a happy birthday to you? Yeah. Happy birthday to everyone out there. But I was like, basically the acid, what most acids do, they react with air, and so like they go up the pipe as like gaseous, you know, and so they burn your windpipe a little bit, or they are like any pipes you have a little bit. And through that, you have like this, like you still have like burning throat, basically. Which is called heartburn. Jesus Christ, you have a heartburn. And so what the meds do is you take a pill, and when you have it in the morning, you just take the pill. and for the rest of the day you suppress the production of the gastro acid you have. This is what these pills do, like a little bit. So you just don't overproduce, you know. And once you did, or once you do, the drawback of that can be that you're a little bit nauseous sometimes. So I took those sometimes, and then I was very, very nauseous. But yeah, like that is like the only meds I take. I don't take any other meds, I think. Like stuff that you could not. There's no stuff that like you could say, oh yeah, that's meds. Or I don't use it as meds. Let's say it like this. Like some people, I don't know, well, alcohol not, but there's of course always other stuff. On Wednesday when we play Pokemon again, we will like press further. I have decided that. I think we should let this run live. There's like always surprises in the Nuzlocke, and if we reset because of one blowback, that's kind of childish. Though yesterday I was really angry because of that. Like the second run with crit dead was like so mean, dude. Crit dead was absurd. So run 3 will continue next time on Avengers Endgame or something like that. Again, Wednesday. And since Thursday is off, Wednesday will be a longer stream, so we will play into later hours probably. Dude, I'm so looking forward to my Pathfinder session, by the way. My players have finally, after 2 years of play, 2.5 years of play, wait, end of 2023, yeah. 2 years, 2.5 years, half years of play. They finally met their antagonist who was infiltrating the group. They were like finally like they found out that like one NPC was like behaving a little bit too well. One player found out first. He talked to me after the session. So basically what my players on my Saturday campaign play is a campaign in like a somewhat like high magic setting. That is like very much built on like superstitions, and like pagan beliefs and stuff like that. But also there's like Fae, but Fae are like in our world thought to be like a joke. They should not be like existing. They're like children's stories to make them scared of the night and stuff like that. Like, oh no, there's scary witches, you know. And then when he when the players found said fairies and fae beings, right? They found out they were very real, and so like I've been hinting that there were only hints that they are fae. And that they come from somewhere else. And so basically like the big MacGuffin in like basically they have like a giant rift in like their main province there, which apparently every 100 years opens and grants a wish, but that wish is taken to like whatever it lives inside it to like keep that like closed up, because apparently there's a world destroying creature in there, and that is like basically a deep state cover up that like behind that is the Fae world, and they want to keep the Fae out. And the Fae basically led under King Oberon want to break out and live in the material world again, because they're dying in their Fae world, because magic is diminishing, and since they're magic beings, they are starting to die. So they have a valid reason to come out. And basically, like, everyone who sees a fairy is like, whoa, what the fuck is this? Right? Because, like, it's unusual that there's, like, a unicorn in front of you. And so they had, like, a pixie captured, and one of their main NPCs, and I didn't say much, to be honest, in that dialogue. There was, like, only one tell that he was, like, a bit, which is, like, their very first quest giver was, like, a very emotional man from the get-go. And very, very, like, on the sleeves emotions, right? And so, like, when he saw the Fae, it was like, huh, well, that's interesting. And that's the only thing I said. And, like, one player instantly said, wait, isn't he, like, the guy who's, like, screaming when he's angry and laughing when he's, like, not and nonchalant and stuff like that? Why is he, like, so cool around fairies? So him and another player, like, he talked to me like, dude, is main quest giver guy, is he fair, like is that maybe not him? And I'm like, I can tell. I can tell if not, I cannot confirm or deny, but like 6 months have passed and a lot of stuff has happened, so maybe he has something hidden, right, that he does not want to tell. Maybe he has met fairies. And so they were like skeptical, and then they did like a little bit of like investigating, and like a little bit of like well, a little bit of like undercover investigation, you know, and they used a spell to make the disguise, or like they knew that there was a spell on their on the NPC friend, and they were like, oh, maybe he's like charmed or something like that. And so they dispelled it, and the player, so how it works in Pathfinder, it's like a competitive skill check, and the player rolled I think 19 or like something like that, or like even in a 20, and plus the bonus, he beat what like the DC was by critical success, so 10 points higher like rolled than what the check was requiring. And so like that hit like the counteract level of the spell, which was exactly what it hit. And when it did, the session ended with the disguise dropping, and behind it was the long since escaped his fairy kingdom, King Oberon himself, king of the fairies, who was an elf who like tried to like lead the fairies, basically, and got banished for that. Long story, Druid wars, blah blah blah, fairies got banished, King Oberon got banished. And so like basically what he did was like, okay, hey, here I am, and that's where the session ended. So he's like basically the antagonist to the group, because all the Fae they met were like, oh yeah, we're trying to get the fairies over, and everything negative you have faced in your campaign is a result of our will to live. So basically he's like the main antagonist of the campaign. And that's where we left off on Saturday. So I'm very excited to like play the next session, because they will be able to talk to him for the first time and ask him questions. And I have long since had a very, 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 very distinct comic book character, which I based the how I want to play him as, not like how he acts or anything. He has like his own motivations, his own not his own motivations, his own goals. He has like stuff like that. It's not a copy of like something that is. I hate that shit. I don't like that. I don't like that in my campaigns actually very much. Yesn't, because he is the king of Fae. He has he's a sorcerer king. He was a sorcerer king before he was the king of Fae. So he's like a magus. So in Pathfinder, there like, or he is like built around the mages. NPCs work a little bit different than player classes. But basically in Pathfinder, there's like the so-called mages. Imagine like somewhat like a red mage from Final Fantasy. You are a melee character, and you have a ability to spell strike. So basically, you cast a spell onto your weapon and strike your enemy, and the spell happens. So basically, you could cast Fireball on your sword, and your sword would explode in a fireball, right? That's how the mages works, basically. Not 100%. There's like requirements and restrictions, and yes, you can basically blow yourself up by hitting someone in the face. But yeah, that's the mages. So basically, that's like what he's based around in concept, like player class wise. Of course, he's not. Because again, NPCs have different rules than player characters. There's like NPC stat blocks for classes in Pathfinder. For example, there's like, I don't know, it's like level 3 magus or like level 3 fighter, right? But it's like a very simple fighter. It's like, okay, you can like use this as a blueprint for someone who would be an NPC that would be like a fight like a fighter. It's like no feats, no nothing, you know? It's just like basic stuff that the character can do on that level, that every fighter can do on that level. But yeah, so he could spam Fireball, yes. But they will talk about they will talk to him for the first time. Right, where I was. So I based his like mannerisms and like how I want to roleplay him around like at least like how he talks, not how he acts and what his motivations are. But like I wanna talk like about like one character of like a comic book that I really like, and that would fit the role in terms of like how he should sound. And if you want to know, it's a comic book villain of like a, well, rather famous at the moment animated superhero show that got revealed last season, or like that is like the focal point of the rest of the series now, if you know the comics. But yeah, enough about that. So At the moment, we're doing our battle drawing. So yeah. We will also do today, just so I get like a little bit of the art style down, because I wanna like I'm 100% sure 100% like of like one, like I want to have one goal for like the next few years. I want to publish something. I want to publish anything. I want to just publish something that people could like. Right? And I want to publish anything. And I don't think that my tabletop RPG will be done in the next few years. So yeah, I'm doubting that. Because there's so much work that I've never encountered, and I now know how hard it is to make stuff like this. Because I have like the basic rules down, and that's like it. I have like class ideas, but that's it, right? So nothing interesting, nothing good, nothing concise. I could say, oh yeah, my space RPG has an engineering class, and guess what it does? Robomancy, turrets, blowing shit up, sabotage. Hey, done. That's like the main things that it does, you know. Said RPG has also spellcasters, so guess what they do? Oh, they interact with the magic system of that world. I have to say, in that magic system, everyone is magic to a certain extent. Not 100%. But even the like elemental attunement and stuff like that, that's what the system is about. Making fights very fluid and elementally attuned and stuff like that. And like having like encounters be mission based instead of like encounter based, you know. So very quick engagements with minions and longer with bosses. Doing like one setup thing, you know. That's what I want to do with my RPG setting. A bit tactical, but not like too much, you know. I want to like easy to learn stuff and fun stuff. I know. But yeah, so that is not going to happen in the next few years, except if I get like a lot of people who wanna like actually write a fantasy, sci-fantasy RPG setting, which I'm not 100% sold still. Like I want to do that, but I would also love to do something superhero-like, but I don't know. I still have like the idea of the superhero rhythm game. But for that, I would need to actually learn how to code. Or I would need someone who wants to do game design with me, which is also awful because I have awful schedules. I'm bad at scheduling in general. So the easiest would be something in my own tempo, and I thought I want to do. So I always wanted to write my own setting book. And for that, I would love to do artwork. But I'm not 100% sure if we should or not. I don't know. Because I could like spend the time working on like other art, right? Like, for example, if I do an art book, right? With like, with like art for like a setting and like lore and stuff like that. I could have done that for the game, you know what I mean? Like for the tabletop RPG. So yeah, it's like always this, right? It's always this. You know what was like super funny during like what I watched the last few days, which is like super funny. So apparently like Battle left the twins alone to like play Tomodachi with Camila. And so like the idea is that there's like a you could call the twins, like some people could call the twins and talk to them. And after 10 minutes, they would go. So what Coconuts did, another VTuber, was like, just go into that, like, go there and talk to them, and got them into like debates and stuff like that. It was like fun extra neuro content if you like that. But yeah. So regardless of that, I really like that kind of content. So also, what else is there to say? There's like so much to talk about, but like there's like some topics I just don't wanna get into. Yeah, but other than that, if I talk about like me wanting to write a setting book for like an RPG, or like do something for like a setting book on an RPG, then I should also talk about the setting, right? So I've decided already what the next setting will somewhat be, and it's like a the next setting of my Pathfinder campaign will definitely be like in the veins of Aetherpunk. So if you have seen Eberron or something like that, I want to do that. But like a bit post-apocalyptic as well. Which some of the Aetherpunk settings have that post-apocalypse, or many have that. But yeah, other than that, like I wanna write something like that. I think I said that last stream or so, where sometimes I talk about that, where like I said, okay, I have some lore and I think I have a lot of lore potentially, and I want to do like one thing, and I think that would be like fun, that we build the world map together, you know, that we build the world map together and can do a little bit of lore together. I think that would be like actually fun, like group writing exercise, you know. I think that would be cool. Doing a little bit of like lore and history. So now I need to see something on my second monitor. Oh no! Ah, Neuro! That's our Neurobot from last stream. How did we do the arms? Were the arms like, yeah, they were like, it was like a coat she wore, right? But yeah, like I want to do like collaborative writing with you, and I think that would be fun. And make this a setting book. I think that would be so cool to get some ideas in, you know, like because I'm for a setting book, I'm way too underqualified. I have done little to no actual writing in my life, which is like crazy. I know. But I've done like no creative writing in terms of like a coherent book, you know, and except for like lore tidbits, and those are like for me. So I would love to write like a setting book. I would love to do a little bit of lore. I would love to explore how to like write a world and make it my own, so we can play on that. And to make it a little bit more sweet, as I said before, I still want to do at some point a Pathfinder session on stream. I just need the right people. That is, like we like. Of course, it's speaking in English. That's like the biggest problem, because I've DM'd only in German with English words, and that would be like fully English, and I don't know enough people who want to do that. So, yeah. Exactly. Speaking the English. The problem being, again, not that I don't trust people. But the problem is just flat out, speaking English is different to like chatting and commentating and then forming creative English sentences. You know what I mean? Like, for example, just as an example, right? I can talk to you. We can communicate. We can meme. We can laugh. We can do jokes. But me sitting down and describing an old damp ruin where the moisture in the air is very high, but due to the cold outside, there's like this feeling of fresh wind in this old tomb, you know? Like, as you hear, like I've said Old Tomb like 3 times, I think, and that is like okay for whatever, and that is like something different than me describing in German, where it's like if I go full German mode now, so sorry for everyone who speaks English, but it's like geht in einen dunklen Keller, welcher von ein paar Fackeln erleuchtet ist. Ein Windzug zieht herdurch und ihr merkt auf jeden Fall, dass die Kälte von draußen jetzt nach innen strömt. Vor euch ist ein Grabmal, welches tausende Jahre unberührt in dieser Krypta saß. Und das Einzige, was euch nur noch trennt von diesem Grabmal, sind ein paar Meter, die letzten Endes, keine Ahnung, irgendwas. Anyways, it's like different. It's like I can form sentences out of like thin air in German, and I cannot do that in English. That's like the thing, right? And then having people I can trust on like stream, that's like the next thing, right? Because if I do that on stream, I need to have people who can, first of all, live with like chatters. That's like a thing that is like not just done. Like some things people say are like very weird and distracting and stuff like that, and some can like be hurtful. I mean, some messages you don't see because, well, Nightbot is nice. But yeah, it's like you need to get like okay with that. Exactly, balls. And then like with that, you also need to be able to like talk in front of other people. Oh, I sent a message as you demanded. I demanded a message? Yeah, but like it's like oh, hey Neuro, what? It's like you need to do that. You need to like be able to talk on air. You cannot be like too shy. You need to be ready to be on air. You need to talk English. There's like some requirements here, and for like native English speakers, that would not be a problem. Or if I stream German, that would not be a problem, right? I could also do a Pathfinder session only in German, but that does not feel within the spirit of what I want to do here, right? And I like storytelling. I would love to DM in a setting like this. So yeah, that would be like the thing, right? I wanna take the setting and also stream on that setting, in terms of like we're like playing on our built cooperatively built world, you know. Cartiers. What is Cartiers? You mean like the gummy bears? Aren't there like 10 different Cartiers? There's like the ones. Oh, you do mean the normal yogurt gums? Because the normal yogurt gums are okay. They're okay. They're not my favorites. When it comes to gummies, I think it's I think to gummies, I would say Nim 2 is still like peak. And of course gummy bears. I think gummy bears, but like only the not the hard gummies. I'm not a big fan of hard gummies. So yeah, I just love softer gummies. I don't like that. But yeah, it's like Katya's is okay. Though I have to say, snacks, I prefer salty over sweet. Bro, Nero! Like, I'm a sucker for pretzels. I love pretzels. Pretzels are simple but effective. You know? I love like I love pretzels. I love let me think. Chips are okay, depending on the chips. I'm a big fan of Doritos. I like pretzels do not count as sweets. Bullshit. They're definitely salty sweet. No. They're definitely salty snack. They're not sweets. I don't care. That like they are salted and they are salty. No, I'm refused. Cody go to wow, whatever. Like I refuse. But yeah, it's like I like pretzels. I like them. I like pretzels. I like salt sticks. I like chips more than cookies. I like Doritos. I like them very much. I love let me see, what else do I also have? There's like so much stuff that is salted or with paprika or something like that, which is like very, very good. On Takis, they're good. I like them. Like also like baked sweets, quote unquote, like cheese strings and stuff like that. That also is like very, very fine. I think that is like very, very delicious. Like you'd rather see me munching like some salted peanuts than I would eat a cookie. like by far. What I do not like, and I will never like, is fruit snacks. I like these, like dried fruit and stuff like that. Like what we in Germany call Studentenfutter. Like dried nuts, dried raisins and stuff like that. That's like just not my thing. Dude, if I would make Fillion spawn by her backflipping and just breaking my neck, then all of this was worth it, because first of all, haha. And second of all, Fillion would be back and the world would be in a more random place again. Also not a big fan of Lakritz, I hate it. I find it disgusting. Licorice. It's ew. So there's like that, and then like also what what I hate? Oh, I hate like normally baked cookies, like when they're like dry and stuff like that, like dry biscuits and stuff like that. Ugh. And you know what I also hate? Even though, for example, I love jellies and marmalades, right? I love them very much. But I hate it once they are baked into a cookie. I don't know why. They taste different, of course, because they're like superheated. But like, for example, like I had like a cherry cookie where like there was like cherry marmalade basically like glazed into it, or like cherry glaze, and it just tastes like ass. I don't know why. Never was a big fan of that. Also not a fan of like very chunky cakes, by the way. I like my cakes soft. Like absolutely. I like my cakes very, very, very soft. I like my Marmorkuchen or like something like that. Like I like cakes when they're like medium, like, but when they're like chunky and hard, I hate cakes. I hate cakes then. I don't know why. I just do not enjoy biting into a hard cake, which is weird because I like cheesecake goes crazy. My aunt makes a very, very crazy cheesecake or butterscotch cake. Dude, so good. But anyways, what I like when my food is crunchy. I really like that. For example, I love when my fries are like really hard and crispy. I like that very, very much. I like it when my chicken is crunchy on the outside. I like it when I like in general when my bacon. I don't like my bacon floppy. I like it very, very crunchy indeed. I like that. I like crispy food. But I hate cake when it's crispy. I don't know why. I don't know what's fucked up in my head that I do not like cake that way. Because there's so many good cakes that I would love, but I do not like them. I had this like Oreo cake once. I had a recipe how to make an Oreo cake out of like actual Oreos. And it was like basically the cookie on the outside. And I could not eat that fucker. I could not eat that. I don't know. I actually do not know. It was literally a giant Oreo in cake form and I could not eat it. Even though I eat Oreos. My brain is fucking stupid. It's so weird. But it's like super weird. I don't know. I have like some things that are like super bizarre about me. Did you know that I did not know that there were like red grapes? Did you know that until I was like 20, I did not know there were red grapes? I knew there were green grapes. I knew there were like the wine grapes, the purple ones, right? For red wine. And I know that like depending on how you like raise them, they become like edible or like wine. But and how you do that. But like I did not know there were like red grapes for red wine. It is bizarre. I don't know. I'm weird like that. I never thought about that. I know there were like two wines and I thought one was associated with the purple ones and one with the other. So I never thought about red grapes, and it just makes sense. It's stupid. I'm of the opinion I've met so many people who did not know certain things that are like very obvious and make very much sense, but they still don't know it. Like everyone has one thing they do not know. For example, do you know how many people know that the Earth's gravitational pull? So basically, when you live in Europe, right, roundabout, Central Europe, or like anywhere like on that like part of the globe, you know, in that hemisphere, like in that coordinates, your acceleration towards the Earth is 9.82 kilometers per hour squared. So you're like very, very fast turning towards the Earth, right? Which is why we fall. That's gravitational pull. That's like very basic knowledge, because that's like in the Western hemisphere. Like it's like the West that like uses that number. What people do not know is the closer you get to the equator or the further you are up a mountain, the less that gets. And the more you go to the axis or the deeper you go, the higher that gets. So like from like 9.83 or like 9.78 or something like that. And people do not know that you have like a different gravity depending on where you are on the globe. Very slightly, well, in the grand scheme of things, significantly actually. It makes a very big difference in the grand scheme of things. But like not enough that you would realize it. But you definitely have a different gravity on a mountain. And like people do not know this. And I'm like, dude, the closer you're to an object, the higher the attraction. It's like with a magnet. Imagine gravity like a magnet. Magnet does not pull things from 5 meters away, but the closer it gets, the harder it pulls. Until it snaps and pulls towards, right? That's how gravity in general works in space. So of course in this giant ball that we live on, the gravity would be different in some spaces. And some people do not know that. Many people do not know that. And it's just sensical. Or why moss only grows in shades? Aquamala, Alamala Aquamala. So, general question, why does moths grow only in shades? Without Googling. The answer is it doesn't. It grows in the sun. It can grow in the sun. But moss dries out very quickly and dies. So when you need to survive, you will know where north is, because the sun is never in the north. because the moss around a tree base will burn over the day and then like respread. It's like just growing there, and it cannot grow there and stay there because it doesn't keep its moisture and then dies. That's how moss works. Look, we have our Golemancer battle. Looks a bit worse than I imagined, but hey, let's keep him that way. Export that. Magpies are back here. I've bought them peanuts. PNG. Bed. Okay. Let's do close this one. Neuro, you need to go home. You're drunk. But yeah, there's like so many like things on this globe that we do not know, and that are like generally like very simple to know, but people do not know it. It's crazy, actually. Same with like actually like misinformation. It's like crazy how much misinformation is out there, like myths that are not true. Wanna know what myths? For example, if you're lost, you can drink your pee 3 times. It's wrong. It's wrong. That's your waste. Don't drink it. You die from that. It's not healthy. Don't just drink your piss. It's not good. Your liver is not perfect filtering out waste, but it's perfect enough to not drink your own waste. Thank you. The rules of threes. You can live 3 minutes without air. Not really. After 3 minutes, your brain starts deteriorating. You can live 7 minutes without air. In theory. In practice, you need someone to like give you air, or like to like circle your air through your body, but hey. I want to do a cool thing. I have an idea. So, like there's many misinformation like that. I don't know. A glaze diver or not? The fuck is a glaze diver? At the moment, I'm oh, Helldivers. No, I haven't played Helldivers. At the moment, I'm just like doodling something. Before that, I was doing a drawing of the VTuber Battle 987. But yeah, I'm just trying to get like a action shot for something I'm working on. But it's just like something I'm working at the moment on a Aetherpunk setting for my Pathfinder campaigns going forward, and I tried to get this like Aether, like basically like magic but machine, like basically like Final Fantasy very much, mixed into like a single drawing, like at least together with a gunslinger, which is like the easiest that it could combine it with, like flintlocks, and make it like magic. Boo-hoo. So yeah. But I'm taking requests. I'm just like doodling. If someone has a better idea what I can draw, I will draw it. Last time I drew Tenna from Deltarune. I feel like this flintlock is too small. Or the fingers are too big. One of the two needs to go. I draw really big hands usually. I don't know why. Like I draw hands like Street Fighter characters. Can't draw Gundam Double X or Wing. The problem with like Gundams, like this last time I'm drawing on my spin on Shin Godzilla monster. Like, hey, oh, that's kind of cool. Gundam Double X. The problem with like the Gundams is it's the same problem I had with White Glint last stream from Armored Core 4, where like they look so technical, you know. But sure. Is Double X the one with the shoulder cannons? Okay. Sure. Let's make a reference image. Use a local file. Yeah, come on. This one, right? Okay, then we will do our best. This is Krita. I'm using Krita. I've got like since I got my XP pen tablet, I switched to Krita, because before that I was using my my. It's good. Like as someone who used Procreate before on like a tab on like an iPad, it's very similar to that. It's written like Krita. It's good. It's an open source program. It's actually very many good functionalities and supports very much stuff. The problem I have is I don't know where to start on this Gundam. The question is, how does this face look? I should have made the reference bigger. Okay, he looks like Shogun, which is like most Gundams, right? I have an idea. We do the action shot I planned before and put that into practice, you know. Again, I'm drawing this for the first time. I'm very sorry if it looks a little bit jank. I'm not very good at drawing many things, but especially yeah, I heard Infinite Painter is also very good once you get the premium version. I was like going with something royalty free because I was like, okay, I'm trying to I'm just trying to like get a little bit of practice in first before I commit to like something bigger. I started way too much in the middle. Sorry for like moving. I don't like randomly moving things. The cool thing about Gundams is they usually have these like very badass angular designs. The weird thing about Gundams is then they have like this stuff. We're like sitting like, what the hell is this? In general or digitally? In general, I've been drawing since I was able to. I am 33 years old, and well, 32 years old. I turned 33 in 1.5 months. And I think I started like actually drawing much when I was like 7. Like then I started drawing very much, and I was like basically like always into drawing. I also when I was like a little bit older, I got into painting when we had like art class, and I got into acrylics, and then I did like actual like paintings, stuff like that. At the start very abstract, but then I got into like a few scenes. For example, my first girlfriend, I drew a very romantic sunset and stuff like that with oil paints at that point. And I have been drawing ever since. I even like when I finished school, I focused on arts and went into drawing because I'm like more, I just love drawing more than, for example, painting. And creatively, I've like done this for like, yeah, I would say I'm heading towards 30 years of like doing like creative work and like with like a pen. I'm doing also very much like painting with like miniatures, like 3D painting and stuff like that. It's like stuff like this that I really enjoy sometimes. Sometimes more, sometimes less, but yeah. And digitally, I started painting, let me think. I was in 9th grade, so that was 2009 when I got my first shitty drawing tablet. Which is like, I had like one of the cheaper ones. Well, cheap is like a very strong word. It was like still 100 euros back in the day. Of the ones that where you have like the tablet without a screen and you need to like feel your way around the canvas, and I had that in 2009 or 10. So yeah, 16 years, 17 years I've done digitally. So yeah. But most of it is like either doodle format or fan art or just like unpainted, because I'm not good at coloring. I have to admit that. Like I'm very, very bad at coloring. The eyes are way too big. Okay, it's like a star to the bottom left as well, like this. It's a very, very bizarre design, to be honest. And then it's like this. Then it goes this. And then it has like this. Oh, that's a bit extreme, Jesus. But yeah, and now with the new tablet, I've been like practicing for... How long have I been practicing? 4 weeks now? 5 weeks? Where I've done art streams with the new tablet? I think so. Even more, right? I can look at the first drawing we did, but yeah. The VTuber model I digitally painted on Procreate, and then... That is very, very... Like I always say the following. It's like, when you enjoy something, you just stick to it. And the most demoralizing thing you could do is always like... I just like in general as a tip, even like if you start like with like COVID stuff and stuff like that, right? Like really getting into it. And the most important thing is never get into the mental trap of like comparing yourself consistently to someone who you think draws better. I think that's like one of my biggest things. I've been drawing very amateurishly webcomics, and those don't exist anymore, by the way. I look after last stream where I said, okay, I'm looking if they still exist. The websites got taken down. Very, very like I like drawing superheroes and stuff like that. I love my muscle dudes who like are cool guys with cool powers and stuff like that. So I wanted to try my hand in that. And I will never be a Jim Lee, the guy who like draws most of like deceased badass stuff, right? I'm never going to be a Jim Lee, never in my life, because I just not, I don't have the time and the talent. It's like that, but I'm happy with what I do, right? And if I make people happy, that's I'm happy. And if I'm happy with what I produce, I'm also happy. So yeah, I'm also like, so that's like a very good tip in general. I know you didn't ask for any tips, but I gave one regardless, if it's okay with you. No, I'm not. I'm definitely not in Van Gogh's family tree, but yeah. I can say this much, I'm not a Van Gogh in like a last name. But yeah, it's like, it depends on like what I draw. I just show one drawing from last stream, which I think turned out very nice. Let's make my I have an idea. I open up my 3 images. I opened up my 3 images I did of like Neuro and stuff. Where is it? I don't know why. Give me 1 second. So we have exactly. It's like everyone has their own style, and of course not everything is perfect, and you should like it's like in general great advice for everything in life. It's like the same with like going to the gym. It's with any hobby and any talent you have. If you compare yourself consistently to others, and like have someone who's like better, even in your vicinity. I have like a friend who's very, very talented, like very talented, in hobbies that I have, where I'm not talented in, right? Dude, it's not my first language as well. I'm from Germany, so it's like we're in this together. What I wanted to say was like, where is Neuro? So that's Evil Neuro. Then we have Normal Neuro, which I did last stream. Then this stream we did Vaddle, which is this one. Just showing off a little bit of my art that I did during the art streams. During my art streams, sometimes I paint minis, sometimes I draw digitally, sometimes I do other stuff. Then we had like, then were like the 3 pieces of like my favorite streamer trio. Then we have like, we had like one of my comic pieces that was a doodle. Usually I doodle during these streams. As you can see, not much coloring and very, very like wiggly lines, because I'm like, okay, yeah, background goes here at the moment, right? Then we have last stream we were asked to draw Tenor from Deltarune. I think that is very good to have like an action shot of Tenor. I think that turned out actually, except for the antennas on the head, but I think most of it worked out pretty well. And then I did also last stream, which I kind of liked. I did the Wario, and I think those are like the main ones that I really like. But the Wario is like basic. It's like Wario. Right? But yeah, it's whoop. Yeah, me too. I'm also having the problem with like in general coloring, dude. It's like, for me, coloring always looks like yeah. If you haven't played Deltarune, you wouldn't know him. But it's like it's just like I don't like coloring too much. I just like shading, but I don't like the colors in, like I don't like to like, oh, the color should fall like this. Even though I like to do that on my miniatures, but I don't like to do that on a canvas. I don't know. Except if I do like, again, like acrylic colors or oil-based colors and stuff like that. I know him because I mean, yeah, they get compared a lot. Though very, very different characters in my opinion. Vox is just like very, very different to Tenor. Because Vox is like, has like way different motives. But yeah. But then they only get compared because they have the same gimmick as TV heads, you know? Dude, I wanna have another season of Has-Been, and I know we're asking way too much because at the moment they are like producing so much other shit. Hello Boss seasons 3 and stuff like that, which is fine. Animation takes so long. It's like absolutely fine. I can understand the people who are like, oh, I want to have like a yearly season of like Has-Been. But then again, I show them what Invincible does at the moment with the animation quality, and then I ask, is this what you want? Yeah, Zootopia is right. Zootopia gets animated too. There's like so many so many things that are like produced at the moment at Spindlehorse, and like we need to be patient. Yeah, it looks really fun. It's good to like see all these like indie studios get funding now. I mean, it doesn't make them like they stop being indies anymore, right? Because like I think at the point when you work for Amazon, the biggest company in the world, I think you're not 100% indie anymore. But like the point stands that we got that far is like so crazy. Like I watched the Has-Been Hotel pilot back in the day. Actual story, because while I'm telling this or while I'm drawing this, I started watching the Has-Been Hotel pilot because I was like super confused by the pilot scene when Alistair knocks on the door, and I had a meme edit where Doom Guy was on the door, and I was like, why is that? Like, who's that in reality behind that? Because of course Doom Guy is not in that show. And then like the Alistair thing happened, and I was like, ah, okay, it's like a guy. And then I had like the scene in its original form, and I was like, okay, now I'm watching the pilot, so I understand. Because I'm like actually like very much into like watching animation in general. I always was a big supporter of that. Like I'm one of the people who like to this day loves to watch like animated series, especially the DC ones. Batman the animated series is like still one of my favorites. Yeah, it's like I'm very big into stuff like that. And yeah, so I'm very happy what happens. Same with Amazing Digital Circus. I'm very happy for them to find success, to go to like actually have cinematic releases. I'm sad for the people who cannot watch it in cinemas and have to like live absent of the community for like 2 weeks. I think they could have handled that better. Yeah, I will. If I'm still looking if there's like a showing nearby. The problem with it is since I live in Germany, the problem is we have a German dub, an official one, and I don't want to watch it in the German dub, because the German dub, as good as it can sound, because German voice acting, I shit on German voice acting very often because we have like very few. We have like we have a bunch of names that are actual solid voice actors, but they are in everything, and that's like the problem. There's so many talented German voice actors, but like I don't want to watch a show I watched in English. I let's say it like this: I'm very much a purist when it comes to languages. I watch most stuff in the original dub. So French movie I watch usually in French. I don't have a problem with that, reading subtitles, especially since I can. Well, theoretically I can speak French. But like, for example, same goes with the anime, same goes with everything. So like, I've watched the entire show in English. I would not want to watch the thing in German, right? Exactly. I'm loyal to subs in general. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I want to see how the story pans out. I learned French in school. I learned French and Spanish in school. I cannot speak it anymore properly because I haven't spoken Spanish in 13 years. Pretty much to the point. because like pretty much I stopped going to school 13 years ago, which is crazy because school in Germany, if you do everything, like if you go basic to the high school equivalent and get ready for university, that's 13 years. So I've been like out of school for as long as I've been in school, which is crazy. Does the guy have other weapons? Yeah, he does. What are these? What does this guy do with his hands? Does he do anything with his hands? Because at the moment he... are these swords or something that those have handles? But yeah, I'm like very, very much looking forward to like what... like that the animation... web animation has become like mainstream again. Very big fan of Smiling Friends as well. Zach Hadel, I liked his shit way back when. And like everyone involved there, Michael Cusack, Oni and G and stuff like that. What do the cannons on the shoulders fire? Do they fire lasers? But yeah, I'm way looking forward to like the stuff that's coming out. So that's very, very cool actually. I'm also looking out for the stuff they are releasing at the moment at Glitch. Because I'm interested in the show that also Aaron Hansen plays in. The problem is, no, I cannot, because I heat from the sun direct towards the moon, shoots the sun seed. Okay, so basically he shoots lasers, like from an artistic standpoint. No, I cannot watch horror. I'm very skittish. The only thing I can watch in horror is whatever manly badass hero plays on his like YouTube channel, because he has like such a calming voice that I don't get jumpy. I am not a good horror person. I saw him on Gamescom last year, 2 years ago, when he was there in like his army fit. I found him per chance because he was talking to someone, and I was like, oh, that's Manly Badass Hero. And then they posted that on like Reddit or something like that, and then I was like, oh, that was really Manly Badass Hero. I only said hi. I did not know if he was that, and I didn't want to be a creep, so I just said hi. And he said hi with his like manly voice. I think it was Gamescom 2 years ago. I don't know how many years ago it was, where it was at Gamescom. But yeah, I love Manly Badass Hero. I watched most of the horror stuff like he does. But that's like the only thing I can take horror. Years ago, I did like on the YouTube channel, I did try to play Outlast, and I have all my old bots up, like bots from like 2015. When I was a bit younger and also when I played, I tried to play Outlast, and I have 2 episodes of Outlast on my channel, and those 2 episodes of Outlast were the only 2 because I couldn't play it more. You wrote me DMs. Who? Everyone is writing me DMs. Oh boy, brother. I don't have a VR headset. I literally do not have a VR headset. I don't know what's wrong with my eye tracking, by the way. I'm very sorry if my eyes mess up. I just got a DM that shows me exactly that, and it's awful. But yeah, there's like so many like there's like horror-wise, I just cannot do too much. Like Backrooms, for example, is like the only thing I can do with like liminal spaces is what I can do. I think I can do liminal spaces. I can do some light, like psychological horror a little bit. But like, especially like analog horror and jump scares and stuff like that. I think when for example, there was like that one game where the parents run over the kid and they put a pumpkin on his head. A schedule. I stream every Monday and Wednesday from 6 p.m. in my time zone, which is GMT +2. It's like the European time where like Berlin is, to like 9 or 10 depending on which. And then like I try to stream on one weekend day. I have a Discord, which actually I try to post like every week when I stream. I did forget it for this week because I was sick last week, but usually I'm very consistent on that if you have interest in things. Yeah, I don't know why Nightbot does not do Nightbot things. But I do like, Monday is like art stream in general, and then like Wednesday is usually a gaming stream, and then the other stream is like whatever I feel like. So yeah, Wednesday would be another Pokemon stream, because we're doing a Pokemon Platinum Nuzlocke, well, a Wedlocke and stuff like that. But other than that, yeah, every Monday and Wednesday you can find me guaranteed here. If you at the same time, or like from this point onward, like 2.5 hours earlier I started. By the moment I started today half an hour late, but that was because of something else. But yeah, I cannot take any like crazy horror stuff. I'm not made for this. Why does he have a dick extension? Bro. I wasn't taking a nap, actually. Okay, of course. Mine does that too. He does that. Yes. But yeah, it's like I don't know. I wanted to do one horror game on stream just to show that it's not like its purpose, but I'm too scared. Not because of the horror. You know what I'm scared about? that like people will like this. And they say, well, play horror. And I'm like, dude, I cannot sleep when I play horror. Like I had like one time where like the thing was so extreme with the horror that I could not sleep for like 2 days, like properly. I don't know why. I'm very squeamish. Which is why I'm like, so I don't want to do a horror game. But I am willing to play one. There's like, for example, Pony Island, right? I have Pony Island, and I heard Pony Island is awful in terms of like how bad it can get. So that is like the worst that could happen, right? It's like also very jump scare heavy. I don't know if, for example, I know that it's like a meme, but like in all reality, like Five Nights at Freddy's, especially the first one, is a jump scare fest, but like it's a very predictable jump scare. So you're not sitting there like, oh no, I did not see that one coming, right? If you fuck up, you fuck up, which is like very Five Nights at Freddy's, and that would like also maybe be something I could get more behind. Scorn, what is Scorn? For example, people like I've got gifted Amnesia at one point, The Dark Descent, you know. But Scorn. What is Scorn? It's a shooter. I could see that one as well, to be honest. For example, I don't have a problem with too many horror games where I am the monster. You know what I mean? For example, I played Doom 3, which is like the one that is like 90% in darkness, if you remember. The old Doom 3, you know? And I don't have a problem because I am the monster. Like I'm not there. I'm not like trapped with them. They're trapped with me. You know what I mean? Or Dark Souls 3. Right? There's like many jump scares in Dark Souls 3 where like shit screams at you. But I bonk it so hard I don't care, you know? But yeah, like, that is fun. I find it so funny. One of my viewers on Twitch did a screen. It's the best. I think I keep that as like an emote, a sub emote. Actually, that's like one of the best pictures I've seen of my character. I post that in the Discord probably. General. Join the server. Can I post my art in there? Where's Shin Godzilla art right now? Yeah. Do we have the why don't we have only Plastic Crack? Just post it in general. No, wait. Give me 1 second. This is weird. I've never done an art channel. I make a new one. Give me like 5 seconds. New channel. We want a forum. We want the forum be art. We have an art channel now. Congratulations. If you want to, you can post. But yeah, it's like, where was I? Horror games, right? It's like I'm very bad at this, but like that makes it more entertaining because people like the reactions. Also, I wanted to post something on the general in Discord. Now I remember. There's like this picture that Ikasero shot, and it's so good. Please let me be able to post that in general. Please, yes. Best picture ever. I mean, you were there when that happened, but hey, it's like this VTube avatar needs actually reworking, and I'm too lazy to do it. I need to just rig it again. Amateur swears moment. Yeah, I have like the art channel open, so when you post it, I could show it on stream actually. What you did, if you're willing to share with like the 5 other people or so that sometimes watch. Let's do this. But yeah, I'm also looking forward so much to my as I said earlier, to my Pathfinder sessions. Oh, there it is, new art. Let's see. Shin Godzilla, my baby. Oh my god, is this good? Holy damn. Give me 1 second. I will quickly show it on stream. It's like really good. Look at this, baby. Holy shit. Impressive. Look at, I love the detail and stuff like that. It's like so good. So good. Really, really good. Thank you for submitting that. Why does my PS controller say its battery is low? What? What battery is low? Why is it low? That doesn't matter. That is nice. That is very, very nice. I see you practice a lot. Yeah, it's really good. Thank you for submitting that. You can draw really, really well. But yeah, enough about horror games. I think I talked about enough horror games. So the point still stands. I don't know if I will ever play a horror game on channel, but yeah. Oh yeah, sorry. I went way too much in and then my model falls asleep. Again, tracking still needs to be improved. This is very much a beta model, VTuber model. Also, an old colleague from his retirement called me. Very cool. I didn't expect that. He called me like 3 times actually. He wanted to talk to me today. Was like, yo, how are you doing? I haven't heard from you in a while. And I was like, yeah, nice to hear from you. And he said, like, yeah, I saw you walking across the street today from your way home. And like, I was like, oh, really? And he's like, yeah. And so I thought I'd call you, just like talking to you. And that was nice. It was like really nice catch-up call. But yeah, it's like very, very cool talking to like old colleagues like that. I really enjoy that. I just like talking to people. I know it's weird, but ew, he's talking to people. Ugh. But is the playlist over? Damn it. I will start the music, the next music very, very soon. Gara, are you happy with this? Are you entertained? Let's do what do we do? Music. Give me good music. Let's hope that this remix by Midnight Static does not get me like strike or anything. You have acquired Oreos. Okay, can you answer me if this is not too nice for you? Many big streamers. The problem I have with big streamers is many big streamers are like, of course, like basically like I mean, they're contracted, right? It's like their work. For me, it's like this is like a hobby and will always be a hobby, no matter what happens. Because I have a job, I have a good paying job, I love my job, I work as an electrician, and will go in a leadership position at some point. I don't know when, but it will happen, hopefully. But like stuff like that, right? And it's great. It's a good job. I love my job. It's very fun. So I have no stress. I'm just here to vibe. I don't need to look into like, oh, how do I get more viewers? I don't care if I have 5 viewers, dude. Let's chill. You know, let's chill with our 5 viewers. And that's what we're doing here. And I hope I will never lose this because no matter what happens, this is Gundam Double X. Gundam Double X. And yeah, this is why I like small communities as well. It's just very nice. Even though I like watching some big streamers, but because of the entertainment value they give, like sometimes it scratches that itch, right? But I also love to just drop in on like some small streamers and just watch. It's like nice. The atmosphere is very different, very serene in that regard. So I've done the Gundam. Either I go back to what I did before, or we are switching to something else entirely. Hans Caesar was good, dude. The Cleopatra movie was so fun to watch. Let's get back to this one, right? One second. I need to get an object of reference. I need to get my flintlock pistol. BRB. Don't worry what my model does. Ah! Bang. Movie night when? I would be down for a movie night, actually. Discord movie night? There's like many I have not watched up to this point. So I've got my I have like 2 flintlock replicas. Not very like they're more like cosplay props than anything else. We need to see, actually. There's like a few I have not watched yet that I wanted to watch. For example, I'm very low on, for example, what people call the good Marvel stuff. I think I only watched back in the day Ant-Man, and like that was that. Coraline I've also never watched in my life. So that would be kind of interesting, right? Watching Coraline. Like, in all actuality, I would love to watch Coraline. We wouldn't just need to find a date when, and then like like a viewing event, but that would be like the smallest thing, right? Like getting into Discord talking and like bullshitting or like reacting or whatever, just talking. That remix of like the 64 themes is really good. Sadly, only 18 minutes long. I need the hand does not fit. Hand is way too big. But yeah, it's like I would love to do this. This sounds fun. Let's do this like I have an idea. I have a fun idea for this. Yeah, there's like some movies that are just like lost in like streaming service, which is bizarre because usually you would think that like most streaming services would have like most movies. So you find usually a movie somewhere, right? But for me, it's like in Germany, there's like no streaming service, at least like until last year, that had the Venture Bros. I don't know why. I think Kamen Rider is a bit like too niche for most stuff. I would first start with something general, Gara. I have an idea. Oh, dude. It's time to feed the creature. Dude, I like a few weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, I needed to help a colleague from work, and he has 7 or 8 Maine Coon cats, like full bred, like the big ones. And dude, feeding those, it was like only for, like, I have to say, it was like only for 2.5 days. But dude, those animals, like, they're adorable. They're absolutely adorable creatures, right? But holy shit, man, did they demolish that food. Yeah, also big eat, dude. But yeah, that's like I don't know. It's like cats. Cats are like super adorable. I like cats very much. Though if I have to say, I'm very German. I always said that. If I have my own property in whatever regard, and only then, I wanna get a Dachshund, or in German it's called a Dackel. I love them. I love the German sausage doggies. They're so adorable. My hairs, dude. My hairs. What hair? I mean, of course, I have long red hair. Yeah. Oh my god, that Star Wolf theme in Synthwave is so good. Star Wolf's theme is by far one of the best, regardless. One of my favorite boss fight themes. I love Star Wolf. Wolf was always my main in Smash Brothers. If you notice what characters I like usually like the counterpart. A new Star Fox is coming out. Yes. It's a Star Fox 64 remake, which I'm looking forward to, even though it's the next Star Fox game. You know what the funniest part about it is? It has when you fight in online co-op, right? It's like 4v4. It's always Star Wolf against Star Fox. I will live another day. typical stuff about cats, you know. But like with like what they do in the new Star Fox game is they you basically, if you talk in a voice chat and you have a camera turned on your Switch 2, you have VTuber models. So basically, the characters mimic your facial patterns and stuff like that. Probably better than than like my VTuber model is right now. Yeah, yeah, exactly. That's why, like, I'm not like I'm not like starting a debate on that. It was like just like the entire thing, right? Like it's like funny that they do a VTuber mode for Star Fox, the game that is like known for its like furry fandom, you know, gets like talking furry sprites. But I like the new style of the new game. I'm looking forward to it. New Star Fox is always good for me. I love Star Fox. I've always loved Star Fox, and Star Fox 64 is one of my favorite Nintendo 64 games ever. But yeah, it's like Star Fox is very close to my heart. Always was. F-Zero or Metal and Metroid. I like Metroid, but I have to make a confession. I've never played through more than one Metroid game. Even though Metroid would be my jam, dude. You play a space bounty hunter. Fire Emblem. I have never played through a single Fire Emblem game, ever. The only one I've ever touched was the one for the GBA where you have Lyn. The thing is, Fire Emblem should be my game, right? Fire Emblem should be my game. Absolutely. It's a fantasy. I always look for fantasy turn-based. Yeah, of course. The Half-Life game I played Half-Life since you're old and stuff. Jesus. The Fire Emblem. Why do I say Fire Emblem? Half-Life 1 I played for the first time when I was, I think, in 7th grade or 8th grade. So when I was like 16, I played like through Half-Life 1, 2, and the Portal. Well, Portal 1, right? That was like, that would have been like in 2007, roundabout there. Big fan of the Half-Life games. They're so good. They're so good. It's crazy. It's absolutely insane to me how there's nothing like it over all these years. That's like a single player shooter that is based around physics puzzles while shooting. It's nuts to me, because like you have like plenty of single player shooters, like the Doom games, the new ones are so good, right? They're both like, I don't like Eternal as much as I love the 2016 Doom. I think it has like better combat flow, the 2016 one. But I love which is my favorite. So my favorite is so hard because I love Half-Life 2's general story. For example, Half-Life 1, right? I really like Half-Life 1's anthology, except for Blue Shift. So Half-Life 1 has like, for those who don't know, has like Half-Life 1, Opposing Force, Blue Shift is what they have. And Opposing Force is one of my favorite short Half-Life games, like spin-off games. Because Opposing Force, first of all, was done by 2K, who made Borderlands. And the final boss of Opposing Force is the final boss of Borderlands 1. So that's a reference to that. And I like the idea of Opposing Force because you had military-grade weapons, which was funky. Actually, you had like machine guns and shit, which was cool. But I don't love Opposing Force as much as I love Half-Life 2 and Half-Life 2 Episode 2. Both of them are awesome, but if I have to choose one, which I like more, it would be very slightly Half-Life 2 compared to another Synthwave tribute. Let's see how good it is. It's like I really like that very much, but I think I like the normal Half-Life 2 more because the stakes are so high. I really like how high the stakes are from the get-go and how the enemies felt always threatening, while the Combine War, like, basically you're punching up, right? You're basically Star Wars Rebellion, but like in a very dark sci-fi setting. And in Episode 2, you're in the middle of the war, so it feels like very much like, okay, it's more equal footing. So I would say I prefer, like, from an ambient, I prefer Half-Life 2 more, but like only minuscule, like 1% more. They're like so much peak. And I really love Portal 1, and I wish they didn't like drop everything at like Valve in regards to like these games. By the way, this remix was done by this remix list was done by Nostal Games XP on YouTube. So we're using this for the time being. But yeah, there's like a bunch of games that I still have like to do. There's also like a bunch of Nintendo games I still have to do, like as you've seen, like Metroid and Fire Emblem. With Fire Emblem, I want to do like, it would be like perfect for me because I look forward, I look for like basically XCOM, but fantasy, and Fire Emblem is that. So I don't know why I've never played it, especially since it has permadeath, which is great, at least to me. But yeah, Half-Life is fucking peak. Half-Life is peak, Portal is peak. Much of Valve's games are peak, like many of them. Team Fortress is peak. Like, I need to see a game that Valve produced over the last, like, of their like catalog. There was like actual ass. I don't know if like the Dota game they did, the spin-off card game, I think it was, is good or not. I'm not judging on that, but with Rasputin, dude, those references are deep today. Okay, now it works again. That was weird. But yeah, it's like I need to also, for example, I've played like an F-Zero, the one for the Nintendo 64, but never the GameCube one. I've played barely any GameCube games because back in the day, we had like basically all the consoles at home, right? We had like a PS1, we had a PS2, we had a PS3, we had a PS4 and a 5. We had an Xbox. We didn't have a 360. And of course not an Xbox One, because at that point I was old enough to like go into PC gaming. That guy from Smash Bros. But I've never played. Yeah, back in my day. I know. I sound like an old man. Yeah. Well, you whippersnappers. Back in my day. And we had like, for example, we had a Super Nintendo. We didn't have the original NES. We had an SNES. Then my parents gave that away or sold it. And then we had let me think, Nintendo 64 and then a Wii. We didn't have a GameCube at home. So most GameCube games I played on the Wii for the first time because my dad was like, bro, the Nintendo GameCube is awful in terms of like support, because many people don't do games on the GameCube because of the disc format. And he was right, man. In hindsight, my dad was right. But back in the day, I was pissed. I was like, I want to get my GameCube. I want to play Smash Bros. Melee. Right? And then we had like Xbox, and that was the only Xbox console we had. But yeah, we had like basically all the PlayStations, and the only Nintendo up to this day I have never owned was a GameCube. My friends had GameCubes, but I didn't. But yeah, the point stands still stands, where it's like, okay, I never experienced, for example, Mario Sunshine. Never. They don't know. I've never played in my life. Well, I have now because I got the Switch port back when the bundle with like Galaxy, Sunshine, and 64 dropped. I played Mario Sunshine in hindsight. I've never played the Metroid games from the GameCube, which are, as far as I know, peak. I've never played Star Fox Assault, nor have I played Star Fox Adventure. I heard they were, like, at least Assault was really good, Adventure not. I haven't played a lot of games, is what I want to say. And, yeah. I think there's like only like a few Metroid games that I heard were like not good. No, I did not play Cory in the House on the DS. But handhelds, we had everything from Nintendo, I think. Except for the Game Boy Advance Micro. I've never had that, because same thing there. It came out and I wanted to have it, and my dad said, and I quote, and he was right, by the way, people say you get eye stress from that, and it's very, very awful to look at. Don't do it. If you really want it in hindsight and want to, like, we're not going to the eye doctor because you want to play video games. And I was like, okay, that is kind of stupid because it's like a GBA. And I don't even know, did the Game Boy Micro have backlighting? Yeah, it was backlit. That was the only benefit of the Game Boy Micro. Like actually, like I will show you quickly. Browser. Do I have something in my browser that doxes me? No. No. Okay. Jesus. Sorry for yawning. That was the Game Boy Micro, right? And it's like very small. It was like in width, it was 10 centimeters. 10. You know how small 10 centimeters are? You can see here on the thing, right? First of all, look at the button layout. Look at the button layout and tell me it's good. Then, worst thing, right? Look at like this picture here, right? I want to set focus. This is half the Game Boy, and this is half a cartridge for advanced games. That was like how small it was. The screen was smaller than a cartridge for the game. The cartridge is nearly the full length and the full height. Awful console. Awful console. I didn't have that, but we had all of the Game Boys. I had the original gray brick Game Boy, and my big bro had a green one. And then we had the Game Boy Color and the Game Boy Pocket, a Game Boy Advance. My little brother had a Game Boy Advance SP, which I used more than him probably in his life. And then we had Nintendo DS's. We had 2. And then we had I had a 3DS. I didn't have a DSi. Right. I didn't have that as well. I had a 3DS and, well, a Switch, of course. Remember? Oh my God. Remember? I know I'm drawn in a while. Sorry. Remember fucking... Oh my goodness. When I see that thing, I just remember that the Wii Mini existed. And the Wii Mini, if you don't remember, was a Wii console that was as big as like a disc. I don't know what Nintendo's fetish was of like making a shittier, smaller version of their consoles. The Nintendo Wii was awesome. I will defend it to its death. And everyone who says the Nintendo Wii was not good lies. The Wii was a really good console. It had a very good lineup. Like the number of games that got pushed on the Wii that had added on motion controls but were perfectly good as normal as games was insane. Oh God. Yeah, and also a rocket stick. Me and my we kids back in the day. When we were like outside, oh my God, back in the day. Why do I talk like an old person? God damn it. Back in no, I'm not repeating that. When I was younger, you know, in my boy days, let's say like this, I was we were like very much like very long outside. We were like there was like a forest near our like apartment in my prime days. My prime days are like 10 years ago when I was like in my middle 20s. Dude, I was going to the gym 5 days a week. 3 hours in the evening, and I was like I've done so much sport. Like the last old joke. Do old jokes as much as you want. I can live with that. Exactly. Till the streetlights came up, and like 6 p.m. No. Just do the jokes you want to do, dude. It's like so fun. It's absolutely fine. But what I wanted to say was, like, talking about like running around on the street, like around the street and doing stuff like playing hide and seek and shit like that, right? And then like we got a little bit older and we got into when I'm dating myself so hard this stream, but doesn't matter. When Yu-Gi-Oh came out, we played with Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Like trading card gaming was very big in our friend group. We went to locals together and stuff like that. Like we went outside and just like did fun stuff with Yu-Gi-Oh. And we did like, we were like a bunch of kids. We were like 5 or 6 older kids. And then like my brother, when he was like my little brother, he's like 5.5 years younger than me. When they were like 10, they also were collecting Yu-Gi-Oh cards. So what we did was, we were like 15 people, actually, like 10 to 15 people who were like playing Yu-Gi-Oh in the streets. So we did our own Battle City. It was so cool. We did that like thrice. It was so cool. We did like, of course, the big kids were like doing better because we had like a little bit more tactics and stuff like that. But my little brother won one of these tournaments. And he had like a very, very ass deck because we were not like playing meta until like shortly before we stopped. And like Cyber Dragons and stuff like that were a thing. We're like very meta with like Monarchs. But like we said, okay, this is like basically the neighborhood. We had like a graveyard and a forest stand nearby, and like a little stream and stuff like that. No, I did not play. I hate it. Well, nowadays I like them more because I like superheroes, but back in the day I did not play Elemental Heroes. I played different things. Let's say like this. Back when it was cool, I still played Summon Skull. It's my favorite Yu-Gi-Oh card to this day. I love that card. And then when we got into the era where like everything had a structure deck, especially when the structure deck for machines came out, I went into like Gears. I like Gears very much. I had a Flintlock deck actually for very well. I won 2 tournaments with that, with the Flintlock deck. So what that is, just to explain, or like basically I had a burn deck. Basically what you do is you have cards like Solar Dragon, very old card, 1500 attack, basically says every standby phase you deal 500 damage to the enemy. And I wanted to do the old games because one of my favorite PS2 games is Duelist of the Roses. I love Duelist of the Roses. But back in the day we did there was like a deck I had. It was like Solar Dragons, and these I will draw further. I will quickly explain. The Solar Dragons were like basically you put like 3 on the board because they protect each other. Oh, dude, the new decks, dude. I follow a little bit of competitive Yu-Gi-Oh, but the last time I played competitive Yu-Gi-Oh online in simulation was when what were the cards? Cosmos, where like the Oz characters, but Star Wars were meta. That was when like years ago. But regardless of that, it was like basically a Flintlock deck where like Photos is 20 years old, right? Well, 20 not, but yeah. It's very old. Photons. But like, you're like solar dragons, solar flare dragons, and they would protect each other by saying, as long as a pyro monster is nearby on the field, you cannot target it. And then you have them on the field protecting each other. Then you put like gravitational field on the field, which prohibits people above level 4 for attacking. And then you use what was it? The Fallen Angel card, which I don't know what the name is. If I see it again, I know which one it is. It gives you life points when it's in the graveyard every standby phase, and then there's like a card, Witch of the Black Forest, not Witch of the Black Forest, Sunfire Witch that deals damage. And basically, like, you win in like 3 turns by burn damage and prohibit the enemy from attacking. And then they switched it so when you have like cards that protect each other from getting targeted, you can attack directly, and so that stopped. So you switched over to Flintlock, which was a build that centered around a card called Flint, which could attach and reattach to another card. And then like you do the same thing, block the enemy from attacking, and you would re-equip it to another card while playing another card that says every time you equip a spell card, you get 300 life points, and do it like that way. So you can like re-equip 3 flints per turn, and every time you do that, you burn basically 1,500 life points away. So like in 2 turns you can win. And what I also played for a very long time was a lockdown deck, which doesn't work anymore. So and then we'll stop talking about Yu-Gi-Oh! It was Jinzo and Horus level 8. So what Jinzo does is, I think Jinzo is so well known, it stops trap card use. And Horus level 8 is basically it's a level card. So basically you start with Horus level 4, which I think it is unaffected by equip cards. The second one is it negates targets on Horus level 6, and 8 is you can no, not Yatagarasu. Yatagarasu was banned for like forever, but it was like you put Horus level 8 on the field through level up and stuff like that, which is you can choose to stop any spell card activation, right? So what you would do to get Horus on the field is you need to kill a monster with Horus level 6. So what you would do is you start the turn by getting Horus on the field. Have something that can deny destruction of the Horus in your back row, and flood the enemy like with Ojama tokens, so they cannot play monsters anymore. Get Horus out, get Jinzo out, and then you wait for then you basically wait for your Ojamas in your deck, which allow you to play King, and you switch out the Ojama tokens for locked spell slots, so for locked monster slots. So basically you would kill like 3 Ojama tokens, deal 3,000 damage. The enemy cannot play anything at that point anymore, and then you play an Ojama King, lock 3 monster zones. He has still like 2 Ojama tokens because you had like a second trap card that could do it. You need to play that before Jinzo, of course, because otherwise it would not work. And then you like kill those 2 and play an Ojama Knight, and boom, you have locked down every zone the enemy can use. You have locked down monsters, you have locked down spells and traps. They can only give up. This does not work anymore because of links, and it's a very, very slow deck. And what I also played in one local, and I sweeped so hard because it was a rogue deck at the time, and Samurai Benkai, my beloved, best card ever. Nobody plays equips until you pull out the Benkai. So what the guy could do is, like, it's an 800 monster, and it can attack. It can attack 1 time for every equip card. So you would like play the captain card that allows you to like pull it into the hand or special summon it, and then you would just like only use equip search and equips, and just equip this man with 5 equips, and just attack 5 times and win. Like, that was like a very good rush deck as like a rogue pick, because nobody was seeing that. But yeah. Back to drawing. Before I forget what we're doing here. Sorry for talking about Yu-Gi-Oh so much. But Yu-Gi-Oh is very dear to me. Like, I played so many Yu-Gi-Oh games. I also had a set of Dungeon Dice monsters. Bro, I have never played Master Duel. Back in the day, do you like D&D? Yes. Well, not necessarily just D&D. I played D&D since 2018. I DM for like 8 years now. Pretty much 8 years now. Played my first 3 campaigns so that they ended with the pandemic. Well, no, 2 of them went on until 2022 for 4 years. And then I switched over with like the 3 running campaigns. One ended because I was doing my apprenticeship. And the apprenticeship ended, so we didn't play more. The campaign was over. I played a lot of D&D after that still. And we switched over to Pathfinder 2nd Edition during the past few years. So yeah, you will hear talking me a lot about my sessions. During the start of the stream, I talked about my session on Saturday and Friday. Which is why I'm drawing this character right now, because I'm planning out my next Pathfinder setting for my follow-up campaign for my Saturday group. Because my Saturday group is starting to get into the last third of their campaign, so they're like done in like 25 sessions. Yeah. Which is why I always say when we do like painting streams, I talk about my campaigns and stuff. Because it's like fun. I can't just draw the characters of my campaigns. But this drawing here is just to get like an artistic style of like how I want to do my Aetherpunk campaign. But yeah, I also said multiple times I wanna do live play sessions. I don't know how we manage that. We got into that earlier because, again, English is a very big barrier, and like talking on stream is something else than like talking privately and stuff like that during sessions. But yeah, I play a lot. I also talk about my campaigns a lot, which is why when we do miniature painting streams, I have 3 3D printers in theory, of which I use at the moment only one. One is actively in use. Another one is waiting for like, still waiting for being rebuilt. And the last one is barely used. But yeah, I 3D print my miniatures and usually also paint them during a stream when I do mini painting streams, which will be maybe next Monday. I don't know. But yeah, all in all, to answer your very short question in very many words, I like D&D. So how do we make this a bit more Aether? Time for duel, dude. like he looks familiar, but I don't know why. But he's Larry Butts if he was a conservative YouTuber. Oh no! I just wanted to draw an Aetherpunky character, but they all look like because they have like so much wavy aesthetics. If you look at like Aetherpunk art and stuff like that, they either are like dirty or like wavy, and so like you default to like Larry Butts, which is like handsome Jack, but like a bit more different. I don't know. I hate this so much, dude. God damn it, Larry Butts. God damn it. He looks like Larry Butts. What do we do with him now? You destroyed it. You made it perfectly good, Larry. Ah. Now. Ah. Let's make some background stuff so I get distracted from the Larry Butts thing. Ah, it annoys me so much now. Grrr. But yeah, long story short, yeah, we need to I need to think about like some stuff in terms of D&D and Pathfinder. What I want to do, because I actually want to do like a completely own setting without like where I say, okay, this is the one that I made myself, without the apart from the rule books, like where I'm distancing myself from the lore of the rule books, but like not from like the function. I think that's what I want right now. And this setting will be like a little bit different because, like, of course, like the main things will stay the same. But for example, I will probably not have gnomes and goblins in that setting. They're dead. They don't exist anymore. They nuke themselves. Which is why I said I want to do the entire setting like a little bit as like a cooperative writing approach, because I know that I have my own weaknesses in writing, and I want to do that on stream a little bit, actually, where I'm like, okay, what ideas are good, what is bad, building maps and stuff like that. I think it's fun. It's like, okay, we can now watch a cool or build a cool world together. I think that would be like fun. Yeah, I would love to do like a little bit of world building and map building and stuff like that together on stream. I think that would be cool. Because I think I've done now, how many settings have I built? 1, 2, 3. Well, in theory, I played on like 3 different worlds of like campaigns, but every like content of like a campaign, or like every campaign needed like a little bit of common lore and like different lore and stuff like that. But yeah, I would love to do like a little bit of world building and just do a stream where we just like say, okay, here is a world map. What do we want there, and what is going on there? What is like, what happened there, and what ideas and what names can we spitball there? I think that would be like fun. Because I have a very big flaw. I have a very big flaw as a DM. My names are sometimes really stupid. So for example, that would be like something. And so like, basically I would build a setting on stream. We would like do cooperative shit, and then like I would test drive it, or well, not test drive it, I would just like, we would refine it over time, and ideally at some point we have like enough people where I'm saying like, okay, these guys are cool, we could play on stream. Let me set up like a Foundry server and we play on stream, and then we can use that setting. That would be like my idea. That would be like very cool. Like with a small group, just like chilling, vibing, people like turning in, just playing like a bit of Pathfinder with us. It would be like very cool. Because Pathfinder and D&D is not that different. Like, well, it has differences. It's a bit more crunchy, but there's like many similarities, like how they play. So, yeah. We've done an airship, we've done this. We can do... dragons. Okay. You know what we're doing? Even though we're having too much fun, Yeah. Again, this is like cooperative stuff, and then like everyone can like do something with it. I think that's a very nice idea. It gets like many other people in the headspace where it's like, okay, let's just cooperatively draw. What is the difference between normal D&D and what you said you could play? Pathfinder. So the difference is like Pathfinder started out as like when D&D moved to 4th edition as like basically like every RPG has like editions, right? You have like first editions when the game gets published and stuff like that. And like when D&D went from like 3rd edition or 3.5 to 4th, they made Pathfinder to like dig a bit deeper and refine 3.5 as like a game, as a standalone game. And Pathfinder is basically also a fantasy setting, but it has, for example, differences like gun characters, for example, gunslingers. It has a bigger thing on like alchemy and is a bit more like techie in some aspects. A bit more like steampunky, you could say. But very, very similar with lore. So similar that they, when Wizards of the Coast with D&D, crack down a bit harder on like what their intellectual property is, they need to change a few things. Not much, but like make it like legally distinct, right? And so it's like very similar to D&D from like a general standpoint, but like setting wise it's a bit like different, and gameplay wise it's a bit deeper. It has a bit more rules. It's like a bit more numbers based, and classes work a bit differently. Instead of having a class, it does X. You can have basically like Build-A-Bear classes where you have like, oh, I play, for example, I play, say, what is a paladin? It's like a, it's not a paladin, it's a champion, but it can be a paladin. And so you can like build with feats and stuff like that to get like your paladin you want to build. It's very cool. It's a very like tree structured class system, which is very nice. Has like a few things that make class building very interesting. Very unique classes in that regard. But yeah, it's a bit different. But you would see, like lore wise, we are like free. We homebrew everything. Basically, we take everything and put it on a critical lens and make it our own. So we don't need to have like pre-knowledge of like the lore. We do it ourselves. I have like only a few things, a few side notes that we will get into. Maybe we do next stream, we do like a little bit of creative writing. I know it's not interesting to look at a text bar, but maybe we could do that on the weekend. Because this weekend I would be able to do that, yeah. But yeah, you know what? I'm getting so much distracted. I am not getting like I'm like not concentrating 100% anymore, and I need to go to bed soon anyways because I need to go early in the morning to work tomorrow. So I will head off now. I will be back on Wednesday. We will play Pokemon. Yeah, it sounds a bit confusing. I'm very bad at explaining it right now. I'm very sorry. I wish you a good night. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. So many people, like for my view account usually. We will see each other on Wednesday when we play more Pokemon. So I will see you on Wednesday and wish you a good night. Thanks for watching and see ya.